All right, been a while since we posted anything, but we've been moving. But we've got a 0864 here that was having troubles starting when it was hot. So it started good when it was cold, and then when it gets really hot, we were having troubles. It just crank, 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 not start, leave it sit for 20 minutes, and it fires right up. So a few people that had looked at this truck were suggesting injectors, and it came with the set, so that usually makes sense. So I replaced the injectors on the other side, and I got onto this side here, the driver's side. And once I got the fuel cooler out and everything like that, I noticed right at this back fitting, see if I can see it here, it's kind of hard, see right there? So I've cleaned that up, but there's a leak in there somewhere. So that one takes the fuel from the bowl and puts it to both heads. So we've got a leak there, and that's definitely going to give us concerns with starting, because it's just not going to be able to make a prime. So I think that's getting warm, it's pissing fuel out, and then it either gets a little airlocked or whatever the case is, or it just leaks to the point where it won't get a prime. Now, and then I start looking down here. So when I took this fuel cooler off, as you can see that, where all that oil is right there, see that? There's a broken bolt right there. So that kind of fits in behind and holds on that fuel cooler. And I guess somebody over tightened it or whatever, because as soon as I took that cooler off, I heard something cling, cling, cling. I'm like, oh, what was that? That shouldn't be anything, no spacers under there. And sure enough, I recovered a broken valve cover bolt. So that's our oil leak problem, that's our fuel leak problem, and likely contributing to injector failure, because it's just going to overcompensate. Maybe the injectors were all good, hard to say. We got them, we're putting them in, they're already out and half in. But yeah, that's my suspicions there. So, and then when I start to look a little bit closer at the fuel cooler here, you know, I can see it's a little on the dirty side, and there's some leaks there. See how that's all kind of dirty and everything like that. So we've just got a typical case of leaky fuel. So these 6.4s, they kind of went away from that from the copper washers, and they use these Viton ones, you know, and they start to kind of oval up. These ones don't really look all that bad, but we're going to see if the cost and availability, and maybe just replace those. But definitely our problem here is a fuel leak. So we're going to unfortunately probably have to pop those turbos up and see exactly where it's coming out. So I'm going to continue on putting these injectors in. Then I'm just going to dummy up that fuel cooler there, run power to the low pressure fuel pump, and see if I can really identify that leak that way. And obviously we're going to have to get under there and see if we can drill that bolt out. That's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. If we have to, we'll have to helicoil it, but that's definitely, we can see that's where the oil's been leaking, and obviously in behind there we can see that's where fuel's leaking. So I think that's our eureka moment there, and that should make this thing work really good.